Kayla Price with Healthy Fit. Today's workout is a Bikini Body Camp Special Edition all kettlebell workout. That's the only equipment you need. Unless you're not getting down on the ground, you can utilize a chair. I do have a mat because I do have a hard wood floor. Grab your kettlebells, grab your mat, and let's get started. An important note, if you don't have a kettlebell, you can use a dumbbell for the workout as well. All right, we're gonna start with a heavier kettlebell for a swing. Feet are shoulder width apart. Squat down, chest up nice and tall. Bring it up to about shoulder height. Control, stop the kettlebell. Pushing back into your glute. Keeping your heels down on the floor. You got it. Couple more. And rest. Goblet squat, sumo squat. Press out. You can use a lighter weight for this because we are using our long levers. Feet are out, shoulder width apart. Hold on to your kettlebell facing you, right at your chest level. Squat down, press it out and in. So we want to have that nice tall posture. Pressing out in. Squeeze everything as we come up. And squeeze. Chest up nice and tall. One more. Lunge, single arm curl. If you're using a chair for balance, it's going to be next to you. Your weight is going to be opposite of your knee. Elbow in close to your body. Lunge and curl. Lunge and curl. You got it. We want that elbow close to the body, but we don't want to really dig it in. We want that arm to control the weight coming up as well as down in that negative resistance. One more, we're going to switch sides. If you're using that chair for balance, turn around, move your weight to the other side. Check that your feet are like train tracks. They're not intersecting. Elbow close to the body. We also want to make sure when we're curling that our wrist is nice and straight. We don't want to cause strain on the wrist by excessively bending it. Nice neutral wrist. You got it. Couple more. Push up row. This is one that if you're using your chair, we're going to do one side and then switch to the other side. In your push-up position, leaning back with a row. You can also do this on the floor, on your knees or toes. We want to make sure our arm is underneath our shoulder, leaning back with a row. Nice flat back. Let's switch sides. Other side, stack your hand under your shoulder, either on your knees or toes, leading with the elbow. I'm going to rotate to the other side so you can see it from a different direction. Need to have the knees on the pad, and row, and row. All right, deadlift, single arm, upright row. I'm gonna go with a heavier weight for this one. Tipping at the hip, we want our chest nice and open. Feeling your lower back engage. As we stand up, leading into that row, yes? So because we're doing movements on one side, it creates a little bit of muscular imbalance. And we're forcing our body to correct that. So we're gonna get a little bit different muscle engagement than if we did the exercise on both sides. Let's switch to the other side. This is our last warm-up move before the cool down, or this is our last warm-up move before the workout. Tipping at the hip, nice flat back, and rest. Get a sip of water. It's time to work. Who's ready? The workout protocol for today's workout is pretty simple. We're gonna do one round of each exercise, a full minute each. So take your time, but challenge yourself. As we get into the end of that minute, I want you to feel fatigue because we're not coming back to that movement. Starting with a squat figure eight. Feet are about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit wider. Squatting down, we're gonna stay low, figure eight, chest up nice and tall. So we're wrapping the weight around the legs, making that 8 or that infinity sign. Your chest is up nice and tall. I'm actually gonna take my feet a little bit wider so I can get lower. Now, if you take your feet wider, you're gonna need to move the kettlebell a little bit more to get it around the legs. If you get fatigued at any time, I give you permission to stand up just to reset. We've got 20 seconds left though, so I want you to challenge yourself. Here we go. Come on. 10 seconds. Are your legs on fire? Oh my goodness. 2, 1. Oh, shake it out. Walking lunge under leg pass. So give yourself some space. If you're doing this next to the chair, you're going to do individual lunge and step back and lunge so that you can have the chair for support. Otherwise, use the space you have. Step forward in your lunge. Feet are like train tracks. Pass that weight under. Step forward, lunge. Watch those knees in alignment with toes. Chest up nice and tall. Step and pass. I feel like I could use a heavier weight, so I'm going to increase weight on this one. You can also use the length of your mat. Do a couple. Tap that leg in between. Tap. And I'm out of space, so I'm going to turn around. How are we doing? Chest up nice and tall. Last one. Deadlift, wide row at the bottom. I'm going to stick with a heavier weight here. So we're only doing one arm and then we're going to alternate. Tipping at the hip, wide row to the outside. Stand up, switch the weight to the other side. Wide row to the outside and stand. Wide row to the outside, lean with the elbows nice and large. There you go. So you should feel your lower back engaged. You look like a 7 here. Leaning with those elbows, nice flat back. Looking out in front of your feet. We've got 20 seconds left. How are we doing? A nice tall posture. Keep it going. You got this. Last one. All right, curtsy, single arm curl. We're gonna stay on one side. I'm gonna use a lighter weight with this exercise because I have an injured shoulder here. See how we do. Crossing back in the curtsy. Feel it down the outside of your leg. You shouldn't feel anything in the front elbow, and curl. So I encourage you to do this exercise with at least 5 pounds, which is what I've got today. And I'm actually halfway done. I feel like I could do more, so I'm going to increase my weight. You have that option. Challenge yourself, pushing back into the glute here. Slow and controlled. At the end of the minute, we're switching to the other side. Last one right here. How are we doing? All right. Assess where you're at. Switching to the other side. If you have that chair in front of you for balance, make sure you switch your weight to the other arm. Again, we're doing one arm at a time, so we don't want to be crooked. We want to use both arms here. Elbow is close to the body, pushing back into the glute. Are you feeling that on the outside of the leg? Nice depth. Chest up nice and tall. We're more than halfway there. Stick with me. Ten seconds left. Last one right here. All right, lunge to cross body reach. So if you're using your chair for support, I would recommend standing like this so that you have that support, because you really want both arms on your kettlebell here. Start down across your body, reaching down and up, and up, and up, and up. There's some rotation. I'm going to show you from another direction, just so you can see. From your lunge, rotate up, and up. Lunge, across the body, reach, and reach. How are we doing? Back to the front. Light on your toes, so when you pivot, you're taking the pressure off your joints. In that lunge, we want our feet like train tracks. Let's switch to the other side. Set yourself up, weight beside your knee, lunge down, up and rotate. Up and rotate. Exhale as you reach. Showing you from another angle. Beside your knee, up and rotate. Light on your feet, pivot. We've got a little more than 20 seconds left. Are y'all getting sweaty? You got it. Come on. A little bit of torso rotation. Last one. All right. Get a sip of water. Lighter weight for the next one. Side lunge. Sword pull. If you're using your chair, have it in front of you, but give yourself a little bit of space. Side lunge, pull the sword. Side lunge, reach across towards your toe. Make sure you have a good grip on that weight. We don't want to accidentally drop it on our toe. And reach. So So we're using a lighter weight because this arm extension here is a long arm lever and it can be challenging. In fact, with my shoulder injury, I may have to reduce my range of motion when we get to that side. If you have an impingement, you can always let go of your weight as well. That's an option. Y'all, I'm sweating now. All right. You should be in your target heart rate. If you're not, I need you to increase your range of motion, increase your weight. All right. Side lunge. Pushing back into your glute. Your legs are stationary. Reach across and up. So I'm not going to fully extend here because of my shoulder. You can always, if you have an impingement, let go of the weight as well, or reduce the range of motion. You can even stop right here if you'd like. Listen to your body. 20 seconds left. Pushing back into that glute. Can you get a little bit lower on that lunge? Reach, tap. Last one. I'm gonna stick with the lighter weight. We're either gonna go to the chair or the floor in a C-sit position. Weight is in front of you. Scissor legs, knee or straight legs. A little bit of rotation. On the floor, you have the option of staying in your C-sit or reach, leaning back. You can take it up into that crunch. You can keep it on the ground and keep your shoulder blades up. Reaching those shoulder blades, a little bit of rotation. Control it coming down. Exhale. And down. Whew. 15 seconds left. You got it. Last one right here. All right. Glute bridge with overhead pull over. Again, I'm going to stick with the weight I have. Challenge yourself. Try it with a heavier weight. If you feel like you want to increase it, you can. I'm going to have my kettlebell upside down for this one. Feet parallel, pressing up, overhead pull over, and reach front. Now, if you're not on the ground, keep going if you're on the ground. If you're not on the ground, I want you to come down, reach up overhead. You can even add that thrust here. Small arching your back, reaching up overhead. All right, 20 seconds left. Keep those hips lifted in that glute bridge. Extending those arms and up. Control and up and rest. All right, plank with kettlebell pull through. We are going to be in a plank. Kettlebell is on the outside of your hand. Reach through, tap it to the other side. Place your hand, reach through and tap. You have the option of being on your toes here. You can be on your chair. The chair is a little tricky because there's not a lot of space. You can reach, set it in the center, reach it across, set it on the center, reach, center, reach, center. Your choice. We've got 20 seconds left. We want to keep those elbows soft, core engaged, nice flat back. Place the kettlebell to the outside. Let's pull our hands to the outside of our mat or our chair to open up our chest. Reach and rest. Whew. Guess what? Can you believe it? We're on our last move. Side plank, arm reach. Again, we're using a long lever, so I'm using a lighter weight for this. Play around with the weight and challenge yourself. Because of my shoulder injury, I am going to be on a forearm plank here. And lift. Keeping that hip lifted. Elbow is below the shoulder, or if you want to come up on your hand, I actually like this one better. Try and see which one works better for you. Keeping your hands up here, you can even add a little float leg at the top. Make sure your hand is stacked under your shoulder to support that joint. Optional leg lift. The weight stays close to your body as you peel it up. Reach. Optional leg lift. You can do this on the chair too. Same movement, either on the seat or on the top of the chair. And reach. Guess what? We're switching side. I'll show you on the chair seat this time. Keeping the hip lifted and reach. This is my bad shoulder, so I'm gonna set down the weight. I don't think it's gonna cooperate with the movement. Again, in a forearm plank with the elbow under the shoulder and reach. Now, this movement is challenging for me, so I'm gonna stop right here. Remember, if you have any kind of impingement, we don't want it to irritate. Listen to your body. You have the option of coming up to your toes. Peel that arm up. Peel it up. Keeping that hip lifted. Last one, and rest. Whew. Get a sip of water. The hard work is over. Starting our cool down with a weighted glute bridge press out. Standing option is going to be with no weight. Reach and press. Otherwise, grab a weight. I'm going to use my heavier one for this. Feet are shoulder width apart. Weight is below the belly button. Holding on to the handle. Pressing up. Press the knees out. In. Down. Up. Out. In. Down. Up. Out. In. Down. Up. Out. In. Down. Up. Out. In. You got it. One more. All right, coming to a seated position in your chair or stay laying on the ground. Knee to chest. You can extend this leg or keep it bent. Other side. Hugging your knees to your chest. Now I'm going to show you on the floor, your figure four. It's going to cross over. You're going to reach through and pull that leg in close to you. If you're in your chair, you can cross over at the ankle or over the thigh. Just no pressure on the ankle joint. Leaning forward to get that good stretch. Now we're going to cross over. So if you're on the floor, hang tight. I'll show you in a sec. Crossing that leg over, lengthen the spine, twist and gently look behind you for that spinal twist. If you're on the floor, the knee and that leg is going to come over the midline of your body towards the opposite direction. My kettlebell's in the way, so I'm gonna slide it. Your knee doesn't have to touch the floor. Gentle stretch here through the spine. Think again, long spine. All right, let's do that on the other side. If you're in the chair, crossing over at the ankle or over the thigh, making sure we don't have any pressure on that ankle joint. Reach through, press the knee, the thigh with your elbow. Pull that leg in closer for a little stretch. Some nice deep breaths here. Crossing the leg over the midline. So remember, if you're in the chair, you're going to slide your leg, lengthening, twist, and look behind you in the opposite direction. Otherwise, bring that leg over the midline. Again, the knee doesn't have to touch the ground. That's not the purpose of the exercise. Roll it up. Plank with a down dog pedal. So standing option right here. Planking on our chair, nice long line through the spine. Push back into your down dog and bend those knees right here. Otherwise, join me on the floor in your plank. On your knees or toes, hands are stacked under your shoulders. Press back into your down dog now. Stretching through the shoulders, pressing your heels towards the floor. Let's bend those knees, whether you're standing or you're on the floor. Let's hold this one. Stretch that calf. Switch. Back to your plank. Step it in. Big shoulder roll. Bicep stretch, shoulder away from the ear. Arm up overhead. Tricep stretch. Other side. Arm across the body, shoulder away from the ear. Reach that arm up overhead. Tricep stretch. Overhead side stretch. Reaching up and over. And the other side. I hope you enjoyed our special kettlebell workout for Bikini Body Camp. Let me know what you thought of the workout at Kella Price, at Healthy Fitness Life Coach. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Bikini Body Camp. Keep working hard, showing up, because consistency pays off. And everybody is a bikini body. Have a great day.